Testing, testing. Are we live? We are. Does it work though? That's the question. Does the microphone work though? It does. Wow, everything is working so smoothly. It takes forever normally for this to actually for me to get everything working properly. I still haven't done everything. I know that there's a couple things I need to change very quickly. And besides that, we are looking good. Well, besides that, yeah, YouTube is working, Twitch is working. My God, it's a Christmas miracle. The last test is this. Okay. We're good. Good to go. I can go ahead and start talking about what it is I want to talk about. I'll give it a couple minutes because normally it takes a while for people to jump in, but where's OBS? There you are. Normally I have everything switched around. This time I did it the other way around to make sure that everything works. Let's pull up chat. All right, everything looks good. Yeah, I'll wait a couple minutes and then I'll start talking about this new League of Legends show. It's totally gonna happen. In the meantime, however, que é isso? Very interesting. I wonder. Oh. 신기하네. Something like this. What is it called? What's its name? Well, the show's name is Aspect. Ah, there we go. Okay. Last thing I want to do is, before I start, is I want to put everything into a folder. New folder. Aspect Peyz. All right. And then I'll just put everything into that folder. Then I'll put this folder here. I actually have no idea if this is how that works, but I'll try. Import bin and DaVinci. Downloads. Aspect Peyz. Ah, crap. Okay, that is not how that works, unfortunately. So I'll just open it. And then, actually, maybe that is how that works. Let's try. Change. Oh, it just puts everything inside. Okay. All right, then I have to organize the things. All right. I think that's good for now. All right. Last thing I need to do is I need to open up Gbay. I wonder why his name is Gbay99 and not just Gbay. Maybe Gbay was taken? All right. Then we must figure out how to I wonder if I can, yeah, whatever. We must figure out how to, is it this? Settings, properties? There we go. Wow. Things are so easy when you let them be easy. Okay, so Gbay is a known documentary maker, I guess, if that's what you want to call him. I think he doesn't make documentaries, but he's mainly a storyteller. So if we go to his Twitter, and just making sure everyone can see, he says he's a nonfiction storyteller, right? He has a cool Patreon, which I recommend you guys look into it. Crap. Okay. where, yeah, for $5 you can see a bunch of cool stuff, behind the scene videos and archives and Discord access, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, that's not really why we're here. We don't actually care about this. What we care about is Jibei himself. So for some time, he's been doing this Deft versus Faker series. And it was like a 5-part series where he just talks about their story starting from, I think, 2013 all the way until 2024. So I think he goes up to 2023. But regardless, it's a very, very long series that he's been working really hard on. And he doesn't usually do things like that. So normally he makes videos. Let's just go all the way back to oldest. Normally he makes videos. Well, this is where he started, but when he really got famous was, yeah, you can kind of see how he does a history of League of Legends metas. And, man, these thumbnails are so bad. Wow, 76k views. I didn't realize he had this many videos before actually getting into the videos that made him popular. Yeah, he's been doing it for 10 years. I thought he was doing it well, I knew he was doing it for 10, but this is one of the first videos I remember of him. I think he does videos on teams, on players, on stories, right? He tells stories. So one of the popular stories that he told about is this team that the FBI destroyed, right? Not going to go into what it is. If you want to watch it, you can go ahead and watch it. It's a pretty cool video. Here he talks about Khan. You hear the pictures obviously there, so you can kind of see who it is. The team, Dignitas, that he talks about that saved League of Legends. That's kind of what he does. If we go back to the latest, you can kind of see here he has League's Most Hated Player, built the Greatest Dynasty, the Ocelot documentary. He's done a lot of documentary styles. The Afrika Freaks documentary, the off-meta build that won a world championship, which was season 9. He's done a lot of things like that. He talked about Huanfang, which is pretty cool. He made it to World Finals in 2020 on Suning. He does sometimes not just specific players, specific teams, but themes like wild cards. He does a lot of things. And he had this video. Where is it? He talked about Freak, he talked about Marin, he talked about a lot of the most popular players that you can think of. Scout. I think this was before he actually won his world championship, so he didn't actually have him winning worlds, which is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. There's this one video. He has this LCS is dying, which again is more of a LCS themed, video, not necessarily a player. He had this video that came out last year talking about a fan that predicted what was going to happen on Reddit. Those Reddit posts like, oh, I'm from 10 years in the future. This is what we have. And from what I recall, a lot of them were pretty accurate. And then you can see part 1, 2, and 3 of Deft versus Faker are here. Now, why do I talk about Jibei? There's another person that we will show. Syix. I'm pretty sure he changed it to production, is it? I think I spelled Syix wrong. Search for Syix. Oh, I definitely spelled it wrong. How is it spelled? Oh, Syix with the S at the end.
You think your
no
family...
production. Yeah, so Syix is another person who makes videos, League of Legends related videos. I think this was one of the most popular videos that he made that highlights stories in a very different way. So he started animating a long time ago. I never doubted them. 2016. I don't know why TSM is the main thing on the thumbnail, but I could talk about the finals as well. But he talks a lot about League of Legends in general as a sport, as a professional game, as pro gaming, and not necessarily team specific, although sometimes he does, like G2, right? Making it to World's Finals. here a League of Legends, right? European eulogy after what happened. He does a lot of things. Like you can see here, it's a montage. Why do we esports? This is sort of the theme, the idea behind it. He obviously has done specific players. He's done Faker, like you can see here. That's what I was looking for. He's done a lot of things. But you can kind of see, he actually did a Faker versus Deft in the World's Finals, but he has a whole story of Deft here. He's done a lot of really cool stuff. I will give him that. You can see it's just the game is by far his most popular video. He actually works with Dignitas now, and he makes videos for Dignitas. He does stuff for the Arizona, not Arizona, is it? Does he do Phoenix Suns, or does he do the Atlanta Hawks? Wait. Who does he work with again? I forgot. Whatever, regardless, he does stuff. The account doesn't exist anymore. Syix died? He probably just changed the handle. Oh. Well, that's different. Following. He should be here somewhere. There we go. Syix Media, that's what they called. I'm pretty sure it'll be here somewhere that he works with them. You'll kind of get a feel for why I'm... Well, oh, okay. Services. Clients, there we go. Yeah, Atlanta Hawks. Okay, I don't know why I thought maybe it was Phoenix, but it's the Atlanta Hawks. Oh, I forgot. He did stuff with the LPL and with Radiant. I'd never watched this stuff, but I've seen some of this. I've seen some of this, and I've definitely seen most of this. And recently, speaking of Syix, oh, it's right here, Atlanta Hawks. He's probably somewhere here, right? Blue Jay, Syix. There we go. He recently tweeted this. My toxic trait, ? To be honest, I'm pretty sure I'm the only creative that could release a video that single-handedly saves the LCS, ... if I wanted to. Now, I have problems with this statement, but it is what it is. Well, I'm happy to announce I finally want to, soon. This was posted on the 22nd, so it's about 5 days ago. You can't expect him to pump out a video that saves the LCS in 5 videos. Can you? Not really. But, yeah, Syix he's really good at what he does. The whole production, the whole team. Actually, I'll go back to the team. It's people you probably know of because they're really good. Manny, Caitlyn, Syix. I don't actually know these two people. Blue Jay, I don't know these two, but he's a talent. I guess he's a broadcaster. He's a 3D designer, graphic designer, producer, motion designer, editor, and CEO. They all have videos, like one-off videos that are just, yeah, videos. Let's turn our attention to probably where are my subscriptions here? Oh, it doesn't show. I guess it's only on mobile where it shows like all of your. Oh, there we go. Genji Esports. When I go to playlists, Genji has MSI, Genji, where is it? Change the Game, a documentary series here called, no, this isn't the one I was looking at for. Call Up, no. Huh. Where is it? All In, yes, there we go. Genji series, All In, right? It has about 6 episodes, spans 2 splits, and I mean, it started, really? 3 years ago? No. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong one, not this one, right? Yeah, this isn't the one I was thinking of. This is an older one. Where is their most recent? Not this one, but the one before it. Huh. I thought it was called All In. Maybe oh yeah, it goes up to 8 months. Okay. Oh, they're seasons. Yeah, I forgot that they just do different seasons. Yeah, so this is season 1, and then this is season 3. Season 3 was last year, right? It's sort of like TSM Legends, where it's just a show that covers the day-to-day. But when we go back to everyone that we've sort of looked at, when we look at Syix, where's Syix? Here. When we look at Syix, when we look at playlists, he just has world cinematics, right? When we look at, where is he? Come on, any day now. When we look at G-Bay and we look at playlists, there's Deft versus Faker, there's League of Legends stories, there's the Con documentary, there's feature documentaries. But I want to do one better. I don't want to just have a bunch of like non-related videos. I want to create a show, a documentary series that doesn't compete with what Syix does, doesn't compete with what G-Bay does. As a matter of fact, it's not exactly unique, but it's also different. Stories, the champion, the off-meta build. What I want to show is, I think the closest thing that I can talk about is the off-meta build that won a world championship. Because while he does focus on FPX, he doesn't necessarily... It's not following FPX from when they came into the LPL all the way until they made their championship. It's not a historical rundown. It is, hey, I have this very specific concept that I want to explore. Right? Wildcards win more than you think. It's not that he's following not Gambit. It's not that he's following UOL. It's not that he's following Bixnox Luna. It's not. It's a concept that he tries us to explore, and I want to make a whole show of exploring specific concepts of players and maybe even teams, but most likely players. And the first one I'm working on is, what's the best way to show this? It's Peyz, Genji Peyz. Now, if you don't know who Genji Peyz is, shame on you. He just won MSI. But he's the AD carry for Genji. He came into the league, so he was on Genji's academy roster for about 3 years, starting in 2020, 2021, 2022, then 2023, he got promoted because Ruler went to JDG. So they picked up the light and they brought in from in-house Peyz. And he looked good. He looked fine. He wasn't Ruler, but he was a player. He was serviceable and he was improving, and that's the most important thing. And it allowed Genji to continue winning. They had won last split with Ruler. They won next split with what's his name? With Peyz. Then they won another split with Peyz. Then they won a third split with Peyz. They won 3 back-to-back splits with Peyz as AD carry. Peyz has made every single domestic final. He's won every single split he's been in. This reminds me very much of Bifrost, who won every single split that he played when he first joined TSM. Every time. And then obviously he was kicked off of, but whatever. He won 3 splits in a row. His first 3 splits. That's pretty much what happened to Peyz. And while Bifrost was this super mechanical, like, I don't want to say genius, but North American support that could mechanically challenge other LCS players, Peyz didn't start off that way. While you can think of Peyz as a prodigy, because, yeah, when you have a player that shows up and wins, a lot of people have compared his rise to Faker, especially with the whole Hall of Fame discussion. This is kind of why I wanted to do this for Peyz specifically, like, why Peyz first and not Faker and not, Chovy and not all these other players. It's because of the whole discussion of Peyz being compared to Chovy being compared to Faker when he first came in and how Faker was winning. There's a big difference between when Faker came in and he was dominating and crushing everybody and clearly looked like the best player, the best AD carry. Everyone was talking about how if you replace Peyz with Viper, Genji becomes even better. And I think even to today, people will say that Viper is just better than Peyz. And that Peyz's amazing performance wasn't necessarily because he was the best AD carry in the world. It was Lehend's massively stepping up, right? And again, Peyz did play well. I'm not saying he played poorly. It's just, is he the best in the world? Most people would say no. Whereas when Faker came in 2013, was he the best mid laner in the world? Yeah. And it wasn't really close. That's the thing. He came in, and it wasn't even close. So there's a big difference between Peyz and Faker, and I want to really highlight that And the title actually for the first episode is going to be called Peyz, the Talentless Prodigy. And what does that even mean? What is a talentless prodigy? Usually prodigies are people with a lot of talent. I don't know. It's not meant to make sense. It's meant to intrigue, right? It's sort of an oxymoron. And that's because in 7th grade, so Peyz has been playing, I'm kind of spoiling a bunch of things, but who cares? Peyz has been playing League of Legends, not for very long, but he's been playing video games ever since he can first remember. And when he played League, he was Heartstuck Silver. Think about that. This guy won MSI. He's won 3 back-to-back-to-back splits in LCK. Probably the second hardest. What is this? Oh, pencil. The second hardest. What is it called? The second hardest league, right? Objectively, LPL is just harder. But still, he's accomplished something that very few people have ever accomplished in his rookie splits, nonetheless, on 2 different rosters. It's not just the same roster. We all got to start somewhere. Yeah, he started as silver, and as a matter of fact, he wasn't able to climb. And in 7th grade, he decided he wanted to become a professional player, and he told his parents. And his parents, as you would expect from Asian, like Korean parents, were completely supportive. They did not actually do what you expect. Hey, Hank. He didn't. His parents were like, hell no, you're not going to do this. Like, we're not letting you do any of that stuff. His parents were actually supportive, and they got him a tutor. They got him a coach. They got him, apparently, one of their relatives was relatively high rank, and they hired him, if I'm not mistaken. Or he wasn't even sure who it was. He was like, it's a relative or a relative's acquaintance. And they brought in that coach, and that coach helped him get Reach Masters and then Grandmasters and Challenger. And eventually he joined Gen.G Academy. Gen.G actually was scouting him. There were many different teams scouting him. But he was trying, and he couldn't make it out. Like, I think he may have gone gold the next split. Like, but he was struggling. He was not that much better than the average Joe. And he says this himself. It's not like I'm making this up. He says this himself that, yeah, I'm not actually quite talented. I just work really, really hard. And he had an interview with Ambition, and they sort of talked about this. He wasn't that great in school. He never was this super talented kid that you knew that as soon as he hit, 18 and he could play, or 16 or whatever the age limit is now, and he joined the professional scene, he was going to kill it. He's not like the AD carry from Carmen Calist, where everyone's like, oh my god, it's just a waiting room for him to come in because he's going to absolutely dominate everything. He was not like that. He literally was struggling in silver. And I think that is sort of missed on a lot of people. And that's something that I want to highlight. So the idea behind Aspect, the show that I'm making, is that I want to show aspects of players, of teams, of stories that are A, forgotten in history. For example, 2018 spring of LCS. Everything about that split is forgotten in history. And that's very sad. And honestly, that was going to be my inaugural episode. But I kind of want to do the Peyz one. I'm a bit more passionate about that one. Even though it's a lot harder finding like actual footage for me to do for the Peyz video as compared to the 2018. I already have a lot of it. And I also know like every single thing that happened because I was there. So it's a lot easier for me to do that, but I prefer to do the Peyz one. And I think what I'll do is I'll do 2 per split, or at least this first split, I'll try to do 2. I'll do 1 before spring of LCS starts, or summer starts, and then I'll try to do 1 maybe between, if we have a break, I might do it in a break, I might do it before Worlds, I'm not entirely sure, but I do want to do 2, and then maybe when we're waiting for the next season to start, I might have more time to do. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen, but I definitely want, those are the 2 that I really want to do. And I've already started with Peyz, so there's no going back. I do want to highlight aspects that are forgotten in history. And I think one very big story of Peyz is hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Peyz worked his ass off, kept improving until he broke international. He didn't just win, he broke records. And you can say, oh, his team carried him, or if he was on a different team. At the end of the day, his hard work is what got him onto Gen.G. Gen.G could have picked up a different a different player, but they chose Peyz. They invested 3 years in him, as a matter of fact. It wasn't like they picked him up on the first day. So I want to, with this new show, highlight aspects of players that are either never mentioned or are forgotten. So with Peyz, like we talked about, the fact that he's not very talented. With the 2018 spring season, how unlikely it was for Team Liquid to win, and how bad and how drastically different and how historic that Team Liquid win was. We kind of just think, oh, that Team Liquid was the most dominant team. They won back to back, the most dominant LCS team we've ever seen, blah, blah, blah. But they don't remember that start, no one expected them to win. And right before finals, no one expected them to win because they didn't even know if they would have their starting AD carry, right? That's how drastic it was. TSM, who was expected to win, didn't win. Cloud9 fell through. Team Liquid, who looked horrible throughout the split, I think they got in as like what, 4th seed or something. They did not look good. They were having internal fighting, and yeah, they were not in a good environment. They didn't expect it themselves, and they actually talk about that in their post-finals interview, where it was like, man, we were not doing well. We don't even know how we got here, and that's pretty forgotten. So that's the next aspect that I want to do. But then there are a lot of players where their stories just are kind of forgotten. Bjergsen is one. Faker is another. Like, people don't realize Faker has changed so much from 2013 to 2024. And I want to show the aspect of him changing, not as a professional player, but not as a in-game player, right? Not as a pilot of a champion, but as a human, and how much he's changed. And so that's another aspect that I would like to do. Faker at some point. Chovy is pretty cool, but I don't know that I want to do Chovy just yet. There are a lot of players that are currently playing, like Scout, for example, who we just don't know a lot about. There are a lot of Korean players. Lehens is another person I'd love to show. I'd love to show off his personality out of game, and that aspect of him, that older brother leadership aspect that he brings that you don't really see. Like, Peanut was the shot caller on last year's NG. And this year, Lehens stepped up with Chovy and filled in that gap. And a lot of people didn't expect Lehens to do that. I know some like Korean analysts were like, oh yeah, he's a great shot caller, but he's a great shot caller for a reason. Like, it's not just how he plays the game in the game. It's also about what happens outside the game. I think that's a big part of what I want to highlight, is what happens outside of the game, not just the story of the game itself. And so that's the logic behind this show aspect. I don't know where it's going to take me. Like, I'm not a very good editor, and so editing is something that I'm still learning. And this is a chance for me to improve on various aspects of my editing skills. I think storytelling is very important. That's something that I really want to enhance. Storytelling in a visual form is very difficult because I'm talentless when it comes to video editing and whatnot. There's a lot that I don't know. I watch a lot of videos and try to learn and improve on certain... Just learn what I didn't know I could possibly do. There are so many things that you can do that I didn't even know you could do when it comes to editing. And one of my biggest inspirations actually is Dodford. He does these documentaries, these videos that are super cool. And it's interesting for me to see not necessarily how he tells the story. Well, yes, how he tells the story and what tools he uses to tell the story. One thing that I've noticed is that, as he's progressed, he's used less and less and less voiceover. He completely removed himself, first of all, from the video. And then he removed his voiceover he minimized the amount of time he talks. And then he completely removed himself and let the characters tell the story themselves. That's difficult. I don't know that I can do it with Korean players, just because I don't want to have the Korean playing, like the Korean audio with subtitles. I don't want you to have to be reading. So I might, at least with Peyz, my idea is that I'm going to talk. And I'm going to do a voiceover, hopefully not over 2 minutes. Like if within a 10-minute video, like that's what I'm expecting the video to be. If within 10 minutes, 20% of it is me talking, I think that's a lot. Ideally, the story tells itself, but I also realized that I will be just saying things that are already said by the players, just in a different language. So there's that. That's pretty much what I'm working on right now. I still have my other videos that I want to make. I just haven't reached out to people, which you can say is my fault. Let me look here real quick. Yeah, I wanted to reach out to Kitty. I wanted to reach out to Bwipo. There's been a lot of things that I wanted to do. I just haven't gotten around to it because I've been busy with the videos that I made. I did make the video about how much money I made at MSI, and I'm confused by that video because YouTube hasn't pushed it out. I guess YouTube doesn't know who wants to watch it. It's straight up just, when you look at the reach, the click-through rate is kind of high. It's like 10% or something crazy like that. I think maybe it went down to 6%. Still, that just means people are watching it. But you look at how many people YouTube sent it out to, it's not that many. Normally, at this time, it would have sent out to at least 10,000 people. But it hasn't. It's like 1,000 people or so. So, still looking. I mean, let me check right now. I'm like patient. I'm not in any rush for it to do anything, but it just doubled in viewership literally in the past hour. Wait, really? No. When did it get all these views? Wait, I'm looking at the wrong video. I'm so stupid. I was literally looking at the wrong video and be like, what? When did it get all these views? Where is it? Yeah. Okay, it looks like it pushed it out to another 2,000 people, which is good. It's about a 4% click-through rate, which is still high. It's still enough that it had like a little push and then it slowed down again. I think that's probably what it's going to keep doing. It's probably going to keep pushing more like to a group of people and then waiting, seeing how they react, and then maybe trying to figure out who the audience for this is. I really think it's a very different video, and so YouTube is like being very, I don't know. It's trying to figure out who needs to watch this, who should watch this. And I really think that because it's a different kind of video, it just doesn't know. And the other thing is that it's been over 24 hours. It's been 27 hours since I published it. And yet I still don't have any analytics on this video, which is not normal. Usually within a day, you get the analytics of the past day. But it's just straight up doesn't know what's going on, which is very strange. Very, very strange. But I'm excited. I like branching out, trying different videos. I really enjoyed making that video. And I think we'll see what happens. But I am very, very excited for aspects. The other thing that I plan on doing is I actually plan on making every episode a spectacle. What I mean by a spectacle is I want to make trailers. I want to make different thumbnails. I want to, you know how there are releases for like songs on TikTok and you have these people that do, what's it called? Man, words are hard today. Yeah, they do like little clips of it, or they go out in public and like have you watch a little bit of it. Like I'm genuinely thinking maybe I should invest in doing that. Like going out in the street and having someone watch a little bit of this, like the video, and seeing how they react. Just maybe when I release it at, I was thinking of going to LCS Finals. Okay, this is another topic I want to talk about. LCS Finals. Every day that passes, the likelihood of me going to LCS Finals decreases. Because LCS Finals should be in about 2 months. And planning for something like that, if it's a road trip, like what if it's in like Texas? What if it's in like the Midwest? If it's not on the East Coast, if it's not drivable, it's not like 5 to 7 hours within driving distance, I'm probably gonna have to fly. And if I'm gonna have to fly, like then hotel, depending on where it is, I might have someone that lives there that I can stay with. It's a logistical nightmare. Not knowing when it's gonna happen. For me to schedule a dentist appointment, I need to schedule it 3 months in advance, which is crazy, by the way. But like, it's just very frustrating that I don't know if I can make it. If I can't make it, I'll probably go to New York. I'll go to the, I'm assuming if I can't make it, David can't make it. And if David can't make it, that he's going to do a watch party in New York again. And I think he said even if he is going to make it, he's still going to have a watch party in New York, like organize it. So yeah, I might just be going to New York, which is really sad. I would love to buy tickets. I'd love to go. But every passing day that they don't announce where it is or when we can buy tickets is another day where I cannot plan with other people and actually go. It's very frustrating. I don't know. I know a lot of people are complaining about it, and I was hoping that 2 weeks before LCS starts, like, just so you know, LCS is starting in about, actually it's more like 20 days, right? It's starting on the 15th. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4 days this, yeah. So 4 here and then 14 here. It's about 28 days, 18. Oh my God, I can't do math. Less than 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks. And we still don't know. Like, they still haven't announced their thing. Let me just check their Twitter. I don't want to be a liar. I can't spell Twitter, can I? LCS. Yeah, they just posted a happy birthday. Yeah, I mean, we know when it's starting. We just don't know when finals is going to be. It's pretty frustrating. I don't know how everybody else feels about it, but yeah, it's like getting very, very tight. And if you want people to show up to your show, shouldn't you start advertising it a lot? Yeah, I don't understand the LCS marketing team. The LCS marketing team has me baffled. They do everything the opposite way of how you're supposed to do it. They don't understand that announcing things. Okay, I understand that you want to announce things when everybody is available, when everything is in order, when everything has been confirmed. So you don't want to make announcements before things are confirmed. I completely and entirely understand that. Why are you waiting so long to confirm things? Why do things take so long for the LCS to do? And when LCS does do them, why can you not tease and hype up specific parts of the event? If you don't have the entire event, like, completely confirmed and guaranteed, why don't you, I don't know, make TikToks, make shorts, make videos on a specific aspect? Maybe you've already booked this really cool, like, musician, for example. Why don't you just do stuff with him to advertise it? And then once you confirm the next thing, you advertise that. And once you confirm the next thing, you advertise that. You don't have to do this whole massive bundle where everything comes together. Like, have you not seen modern marketing? I don't know. LCS. Let me actually look this up. LCS CMO. I'm pretty sure he doesn't exist. Like, they do not have a CMO anymore. This guy was like from what, 2020 or something? He was the first ever CMO in 2022, and I'm pretty sure he left a year later. Newly created chief marketing officer role. The LCS. Okay, let's look at this guy, Rick Westerman. Rick Westerman, right? That's how it's spelled. He's not even on Twitter. What the hell? Okay, let's look at, maybe they'll have a link to his, like, LinkedIn or something. No. All right. Let me look over here. Maybe I can find it. Rick Westerman. Okay, LCS Net. He's on LinkedIn. Oh, snap. I found him. Oh, he still works there. Oh, snap. He still works there. Okay. Wait. Hold up. For the past 5 years, Chief Marketing Officer, SVP, Vice President. Wait, okay. 2022. Oh, LCS. He's been working in the LCS for 5 years and 9 months. SVP, Chief Marketing Officer, full time. They do have. Oh, snap. He has a bunch of endorsements. Oh, he received recommendation from Susan Ruff, who is a sales coach and motivator. I've had the pleasure of working with Rick for almost 5 years. I'm assuming this is on the league side because that's what it sounds like. Reporting to Rick. Okay, he has shown fantastic. Rick supports senior customer success account manager Carly Kincaid. Rick is the epitome of great leader, of a great leader. The energy. Okay, he has 5 of these. Leisure care employee of the quarter. Leisure care employee. Okay. All right, we are doing some stalking over here. Let's see all his posts. He's been active recently. He reposted this 6 days ago. Please join us in welcoming new trustees. Who the hell is this? DMV Industrial Brokerage Bonus Program. How does one block this? Oh, it's sponsored. I can't even block it. Wait, I want to block you. I can't? Oh, man. All right. So he reposted this. He didn't post this. He reposted. Ooh, an LCS community. Great to be SHN Brain conference today. So proud of Ryan Muzzy, Memory Care Director at Clarendale of St. Peter's, an LCS community who was one of the inaugural SHN Memory Care Innovator. Okay. Heroes Award. Does this have anything to do with the LCS? Wait, is this... Am I sure this is the right LCS? You know, I have a feeling this is the wrong life care service. I'm so freaking stupid. Are you sure this is Riot Games? I don't think so. This is. It's life care service. Hey, Mix. I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm an actual idiot. Okay. Well, the thing, I was looking for LCS and not Riot Games because I think they're different, right? Okay. NALCS? Because I remember that they had one in 2018 and they kept them for like a year. This is too funny. Something. Come on, man. Don't call me Hums. No. Okay, let's look here. How do I see the people in charge of the LCS? Like, where do I find it? Oh, I know where I can find it, actually. Let's do this. Let's do John... Oh, crap. Not you. John... What's his... No, I think he goes by John Needham, if I'm not mistaken. Riot Games, maybe? Something Hums would do. Okay, John... Wait, I almost spelled it right. I thought it was similar. Okay. So where do we find the actual people that work at Riot Games? About Riot. Normally they have... Oh, there we go. Other leaders. So Ryan, President, Chief Financial Officer. So they have a CFO. Global Head Diversity and Inclusion. I wonder what Patty Dingle does. This is intriguing me. Bringing one Riot experience to players everywhere, whatever that means. Whatever that means. Something Hums would do. Where do I find the other leaders? About Riot. We inspire our values, social impact, sustainability, diversity and inclusion. Shanghai, Mexico City, LA. Work with us. No, thank you. Leadership. There we go. Must be in leadership, right? Okay. Chief Executive Officer, Co-founder, and Chief Product Officer, Trindamir. Chief People Officer. Okay. Financial Officer. We talked about that. President, Global Head of Diversity and Inclusion. Chief Communications Officer and Head of Corporate Affairs, General Counsel. So, as far as I can see, I do not see a Chief Marketing Officer. So this is Riot Games. This isn't even the LCS. This is just Riot Games, right? Chief Design Officer, Studio Head, Director, Wild Rift, Direct Team Fight Tactics, Director, Mark Merrill. Yeah, okay, so this is Riot Games, but where do I find LCS? Okay, LCS.com? Is that even a website? Oh my god. Okay. LCS League. LOL Esports. Okay. So I can't even find the LCS myself. Like, it just doesn't exist in a place by itself. The LCS doesn't even have a website? There's no way. This is just the esports side. I can't. Like, it doesn't even show me. Like, what if I want to see the commissioners? What if I want to see LCS commissioner and the LEC commissioner? And why do I have to load more every 5 seconds? This is so frustrating. Announcements. All right, let's look at this. When was this? Is there no article for... Carlos? Okay. This guy was named head of esports. New commissioner? Okay. Careers? Oh, no. So there's no place where I can go and look at the LCS and look at the people that are leading the LCS product, right? Unless I can go to Mark Z. What? American analyst. He used to coach. It doesn't actually show. Okay, what if I do LCS wall? No, I just want the LCS in general. There we go. LCS. Qualifiers, teams. Is there really no place I can go to find out who runs the LCS? I really can't. Not that I know of. There must be. Okay, competitive, players, teams, tournaments, regions. Like, there's no place to even go and check and see, like, oh, these are the people that are running the LCS. These are the casters that are working. These are the behind the scenes people. The nothing. Okay, chief financial officer. 2012. Oh, wow. Okay, he's been there for a very long time. This was not what I was thinking these about pages were going to be. I thought they were talking a little bit more. She oversees D&I, diversity and inclusion, right? Initiatives and efforts to support Riot's 4,500 employees across 20. When did she join? She's been working for 19 years. Prior to joining, she's head of DEI Americas at BNY Mellon, where she led the region's engagement in global diversity strategy, ensuring that she client initiatives. Patty has previously held Visa Workday, where she played integral roles in shaping and driving the enhancement and implementation of corporate diversity, inclusion, recruitment. I mean, I know she's like just HR, but I do want to... This is more what I was... Okay. When did she join? I can't even tell when she joined. Okay, what about this Emily Winkle, Chief People Officer, December 2018. They say exactly when she joined. As the first Chief People Officer, a CPO, Emily oversees talent acquisition, onboarding, or oh my freaking God. She's responsible for making everyone, for like cultifying people that join, by the way. This is what denubification is. If you don't know, denubification is a process where they're like, indoctrinate people into your cult. They just call it denubification. And by noob, they mean everything anti-Riot. They just like get rid of anything that you have that Riot is not God and just make you worship Riot. Allegedly. Compensation, perks, and benefits, performance management, learning and development culture program, employee relations, and among other things. People have always been the center. Emily's profession clear. Having worked on HR and people teams across a range of companies and industry before joining us, Emily was executive vice president, human resources at some place. Caruso, a real estate development firm where she and her team drove innovation and change in the company's approach to talent management. How? I hate when they just say, like, we did this. And it's like, what do you mean? How did you drive innovation? How did you change the company's approach? From what? What was the company's approach to begin with? I don't know. I feel like if you're going to say something fancy, like, I'm actually, like, on their side. I think you should show off by saying what she did. When you just say that she drove innovation, I feel that's so empty. That's my feeling. I just feel like it's such an empty compliment. It's like, oh, I want to compliment this person, Emily Winkle. I'm going to say that she drives innovation. Oh, Shauna Spenley, she, what is she? President, entertainment. She is innovative in turn and is able to make people have fun in a completely different way or in a new perspective. She adds a new perspective in life on what can be considered as entertainment and how to bring joy into people. Like, what I just said, I said absolutely nothing by saying a lot of things. The company's approach, she brings an entirely new approach to entertainment in the professional gaming sphere, whatever that means, right? Emily returned to the gaming industry as vice president of talent and organizational development at Activision Blizzard from 2013-2015. Okay. Spent 8 years in senior talent management and total rewards role at Caesar Entertainment Corporation in LA, Nevada. Las Vegas, LV, sorry. Emily began her career at Bain & Company. A native of Seattle, Emily received her BA Economics from Stanford University and MBA from Stanford Business School. Ooh. A classically trained ballerina. A mediocre hip-hop dancer. It's funny that they put that there. And lives in Manhattan Beach with her husband, 2 daughters, and 3 dogs. Okay. I wouldn't put mediocre on my own guy, but teach their own. Dan Chang, okay. General Counsel. Riot's General Counsel and Secretary, overseeing Riot's legal matters, okay, and legal team across his 20 offices around the globe. He joined Riot in 2011. Oh. Oh, wow, his thing is so short compared to hers. Yeah, he's a lawyer, basically. This or that. League of Legends, esports. Wait, this or that? JLXP? This is so old. Wait, maybe because I had it open for a while, it was just like cycling through things? No? Huh? But this is from 4 years ago, buddy. PoE? FlyQuest 2020, literally. Oh boy. Okay. Uh-huh. Well, this would be really cool to be updated. Oh, I love their stock market thing. Oh my god. Remember Zazel and Kumo and Sven Skaren on EG? Well, we don't even have EG anymore. Drive, Bjergsen. Well, Doublelift Afro Mudi. Dash. Dash used to still be working. Lane Kingdom. Jensen versus Rookie. I'm a little curious.
Hey everyone,
is this one Rookie completely destroyed Jensen?
Once he hits level 2 with the wave push to the turret,
yeah.
Rookie is able to lots of time to get back and farm that wave before the and also potentially a freeze. Jensen's TP, all while focusing his lane time on harassing and denying Jensen, he only missed a total of 8 minions. Rookie utilized his rune choice, his ranged advantage.
Wow.
Hey.
125k. Jensen exists. Rookie smash. I love this. When the enemy play is relevant. The key takeaway. Okay, that's funny. Make a video. Uzi crushes his lanes. Did they ever? It would be awesome. So let's get to second round Fnatic games. Yeah, I think they lost because Uzi played Ezreal. He couldn't. Have you seen Uzi's Ezreal? Oh my god. 347. Nice. There's another article that I want to go over in just a second. 16. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it is Orianna versus Akali, but still. All right, well, we couldn't find out. I'm going to tweet this out as a question. How does one post? There we go. At LCS Is there no place to go to see who the talent working on? I cannot spell. Is there who runs? Oops. Happy birthday, fake god. Financial analysis. But turnover is not revenue. All numbers are income statement related. Key takeaways. Sponsorship revenue was kicking in 22-23. Loss segment. I'll read this later. FYP forecast to be 3.7 million loss org-wide. A phenomenal sign for LOL. When you take into account winter kicking off. Yeah. Very interesting. Okay. It is by Sheep Esports, so I don't know. Okay, there's this article that I want to pull up real quick. And I know there was a little bit of discussion, but I do want to sort of show it off here. Here we go. My dream LCS super team. In an ideal world. So this is by, I mean, you can't really see it, but it's K9 Cat, right? It's her WordPress. I think the author maybe, no, there's literally nothing about her anywhere. K9 Cat, okay. Yeah, my dream LCS super team. In an ideal world, everyone can follow their dreams and do what makes them happy. There'd be no limitations to what you could do with your life, but heartbreakingly, this is not our world. It can be expensive to follow your dreams, and those aspirations are often placed on the back burner when you don't have the money to start. With the rising cost of living and wages not rising, it's hard to imagine spending money on frivolous things when bills demand your paycheck. What would you do with your life if money was not a factor? It can feel impossible in an industry where, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. It's good practice for my eyes, because I'm a little nearsighted. So even though it's small, it's going to be good for my eyes. Where was I? In an industry where you can have multi-million-dollar franchise spots on top of the everyday costs of running an organization, every team wants to perform well. Nobody wants to invest money into something that won't get results. You have to be realistic about your budget for players if you wish to operate in the black. Many different factors go into selecting a roster. The most obvious spot to start is where the player is on the ranking ladder. With League of Legends community being known as toxic by players and outsiders alike, well, you must be careful who you choose to sign for your roster. This is so true. The amount of times where teams don't assemble because one player doesn't want to play with another one because in solo queue he was toxic or he inted or he just ran it down. It's actually quite large. All right. If you're not cautious and scrutinize each player, you could easily make a wrong decision for your brand. Companies do not want people who are disrespectful and rude to represent them on the stage. Not just that, it's like the internal team, like you're playing with each other 16 hours a day. If you can't get along and one person's just toxic, it's going to ruin the entire mood and atmosphere and everything. While we left playful banter and encourage the players to show their human side, for example, Lehens, another reason show aspect, he banters all the time. but it's very playful and it's not toxic at all. There's a difference between being individualistic and being a poor investment. Once they have proven they are not a brand risk, you must consider how their personalities mesh together. It's easy to say that you can put a roster of 5 superstar players together and say it's an easy win. Cloud9. Oh, but Cloud9 proved to us, not just Cloud9, there's so many, I mean, Team Liquid back in the 2022, anyways, there's so many super rosters, proved to us that it's not that simple. Everyone expected them to dominate the split and get to MSI, but were shocked when they had a dismal 5th place finish due to internal issues. They did not finish 5th. Cloud9 finished 3rd. Am I trolling? No, Cloud9 finished 3rd. Cloud9 finished 3rd. NRG finished 5th in standing. Oh, Dignitas finished 5th in standing. Wait, let me message the author real quick. Can I? Oh, I can't. How does one copy a link? What line is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh, wait, is she talking about like 2022? People with LS? That, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, let's look at this together. Your videos. Nope, wrong one. Your channel. Playlists. MSI mini movies. Where's the other video? Oh, I guess you can't see it because it's not published yet. Pause. Over here, right? Let's just go to end. Go back. Wait, no, end. Back. Why are you doing that? Look at. Should be here somewhere. Don't tell me I didn't leave the standings at the end. Okay, there we go. Pause. How does one remove this? Yeah, see, 4th was TL. Okay, anyways, moving on. Sorry, I wanted to make sure I wasn't trolling. We were somewhere here. Yeah, okay. But we're shocked when they finished when they had a dismal 5th place finish due to internal issues. Who would you choose if you could gather a whole team and money was not an issue? So this is basically like, what's your dream super roster? And there are going to be some specific like limitations that she's going to talk about. So we'll go through that and then we'll kind of talk about what team roster I would have. When building my roster, I want to emphasize our growing talent in North America. There's a lot of discussion on whether or not it's worth trying to play in the lower leagues, as organizations generally lean towards locking in 2 imported players from another region. Let's actually look at the teams. Cloud9, last split, had Berserker as the only import, right? Fudge Osh, he counts as NA. So let's just go from the top of the standings. First place was FlyQuest, and they had 2. They had Whippo and Inspired and Jensen, but he's NA. In second place, you had Hardened Thieves, who also had 2. In Quid, I need to make sure I say Quid and not Quad. Now that we have Quid and Quad, Quid and River. So that's one team that has 2. So 1 out of 8. And then you have third place Cloud9 only had 1. Oh, sorry, 2 out of 8 because we mentioned FlyQuest. So that's 2 out of 8, and then or 2 out of 3, I guess. Fourth place was Team Liquid. Honestly, they have 4 imports if you really want to think about it that way, or 3. But yeah, they have 2 imports, so that's 3 teams. Then you had Dignitas, who had Rich and what was his name? He only played 1 split. Dove. I know they got rid of both, and now they only have 1 spot, but That's already 2. All right, I'm just talking about last split. So that's 4 teams. Then you go to NRG, and they had FBI doesn't count. Huhi does, so that's only 1. Then when you go to the next team, in Shopify, they had 2. And oh wow, so it was 6 out of 8 teams had 2 imports. There's not a single team that didn't have imports. Okay. Okay, where were we? There's a lot of discussion whether or not it's worth trying. While this can be a good strategy, it's not always guaranteed to go in your favor. As someone who loves rooting for the underdog, I would love to give our native talent a chance to shine and become stars in their own right. In the top lane, I chose Eric Licorice Ritchie. At 26 years old, he's been playing in competitive League of Legends for almost a decade. With a winning personality, he's easily one of my favorite players and comes off as someone easy to work with. He tries to do what is best for the team and doesn't just look out for his interests. He is a consistent, steady presence in the top lane. Even though he is not the flashiest player, he's honest and gets the job done. His demeanor speaks to me in a way that makes him perfect for the kind of roster I'm trying to build. In the jungle, it's easily Juan Contrax Garcia. When he first reached the LCS stage in 2017 with Cloud9, he received Rookie of the Split in the spring and was elected to play in the second All-Pro team that following summer. Despite the shakier seasons that followed, he was still considered one of North America's most promising players. In 2023, he silenced the doubters by working with his team on a memorable lower bracket run before taking down C9, arguably his most vigorous opponents. Typo here. Whatever, I'm not going to bring up every single thing that she does wrong. His most vigorous opponents. Well, I guess it's not really a typo because Cloud9 is a team, but again, you'd say opponent. Under pressure, he has repeatedly proven that he can keep his cool in stressful situations, especially 50-50 Baron fights. Plus, she writes better than me, so I ain't complaining. Contracts has successfully stolen the Baron 17 times in his career. This is not a record because he's only won. Yeah, with that kind of record, what's going on? Teriyaki? Oh, I completely misread your name. Isayaki. This is an article that was written by K9 Cat, talking about her favorite, like, what's her dream LCS super team. So we're just kind of going through her team, and I'm making my own team at the end. But if you missed it, I'm going to start a show called, I know, right? Called Aspects, that highlights specific aspects of players or of splits that maybe history doesn't necessarily remember. I think you're hungry. I am not hungry, but I am. My glasses. Oh, because teriyaki. Yeah. I'm not wearing my glasses, and I kind of have the text kind of small, so it's difficult for me to read. But I would love some chicken teriyaki right about now. That does sound pretty good. Maybe I should go get some. No, I have food at home. Anyways, the show called Aspect that highlights specific aspects of players. I'm going to start off with Peyz. It's going to be about how he has no talent. He literally was stuck in silver until his mom and dad were supportive of him. They got him a coach, and he made it onto Gen.G Academy. Gen.G saw that he was hardworking. He won 3 splits in a row, his first 3 rookie splits, and won MSI, where he broke international records by getting 28 kills. That wasn't because he was this extremely talented player like Faker, which a lot of people were like, oh, Peyz has a Faker arc, right? Because when Faker came, he was winning. First of all, Faker didn't win his first split, but I just think that people are missing the big aspect, which is he worked so hard to get to where he is. And even he says, I don't have talent. I just grind. As one of the cleanest Lucians I've ever seen. Yeah, his Lucian sucked back in spring, by the way. Spring 2023, his Lucian was it was okay, but it was not how it looks right now. But slowly he kept improving, and he just stayed humble, and he would constantly say, I don't know why people think I play good. I don't think I play good. He always had that mentality, and that's really what got him to where he is now. The fact that Gen.G could have brought in Viper, probably not because of money stuff, and Viper really liked getting paid, but yeah, Gen.G could have gone different directions, and at the end of the day, they stuck with Peyz, they won MSI, and he's really proven that he deserves to be there. Even if previously he was kind of carried, he still was really good in his first split. So I really want to highlight that aspect. And then the second episode will be about 2018. I talk about making this a lot, but 2018 spring split was a split where so many things changed. A bunch of teams left. Sven and Mithy, the best in the West, came into North America. TSM looked like they were going to win. Team Liquid was not the favorite by any stretch of the imagination, yet Team TSM collapsed. 100 Thieves making it to the finals. 100 Thieves finished in first. Team Liquid looked horrible. Like, there were so many things there. And even when Team Liquid made it to the finals, like the fact that they didn't even know if they were going to have an AD carry to play, like if they needed a different AD carry because of what happened to Double F's family, like it was so chaotic and so different that history just remembers that Team Liquid roster as the best roster NA has ever had. They won 4 in a row. No one's ever done that. But it's so different. It's so different than what, like, there's so much forgotten in that history of, like, Team Liquid environment sucked. It really did. Impact hadn't won a single split back then. He'd made so many finals, never managed to win. Like, there was a lot that happened that split, and I kind of want to just show that aspect of 2018. So those are the 2 episodes that I'm probably going to start with. I'm not done with the Peyz one yet. I'm still working on it, but the 2018 one should be relatively easy to make just because I remember most of the history and I pretty much know where to find the clips and stuff that I want to add. Like, I have a pretty nice storyboard envisioned, whereas the Peyz one, I'm still kind of writing it. I have a bunch of clips. I have a bunch of, like, a storyline that I want to write, but there's still a bunch of research that I want to do. And I also want to really get better at storytelling. So that's the show that's going to be happening. I'm not trying to compete with, like, LCS Drive or LCS, like, what is it? Not the LCS, like, or a documentary series like the, TSM Legends that used to happen. I'm not trying to compete with like G-Bay or Sylvex and how they do their documentaries. I want it to be a little bit unique where I'm not necessarily saying a story of a player. I'm highlighting something that is missed, like an aspect that adds flavor. It's almost like the spice to your food. Like, you can enjoy Peyz's journey. You can enjoy Team Liquid winning, but it's just like the little spice that makes it taste a little bit better. So that's the idea behind Aspect. Was thinking of calling it Spices as well, but that just doesn't sound as nice. All right, back to the article. In the jungle, it's easily... we talked about that. Despite the shakier... Oh, yeah, we read that. Okay. With that kind of record, he's only 1 steal away from the all-time LCS record, which Jake Xmithy Puchero currently holds. Sounds good? Yeah, I think you really enjoy it. I will try my best to make it really, really good. And if you don't enjoy it, let me know why. Like, if it was boring, or if, like, you didn't even see it on your YouTube recommended, or what it is, because I do want to use this aspect as a way of improving all aspects of my editing, because interviews don't really help you with editing. So I want to make more heavily edited videos and do a good job with them. Following contracts, Ian APA Stern stands his ground in the middle lane. So APA over Jojo Pune over... Yeah, I can't do that. Amelia Grace, I think. Hello. Welcome. I think you're new here. I've never seen you here before. I really enjoy stuff like that. I got on watching esports, got a documentary because the documentary free to play, the one about the Dota. Oh, okay, yeah, the Dota one. Yeah. I never ended up watching it, but I do want to watch it. I heard it was really good. I have a friend, my close friend, he watches Dota and plays Dota all the time, and he's been bugging me when it came out, he bugged me to watch it, and I never ended up doing it, but I will eventually watch it. Yeah, going APA over Jojo Pune is interesting. Yapping away. You should have put Yappa here, honestly. His outgoing personality balances out with licorice and contracts more quiet demeanor. Okay. Coming into the LCS as a Ziggs one trick, he's proven willing to work on expanding his champion pool. He's beaten the allegations that he only knows how to play 2 champions, Aurelion Sol and Ziggs. Even though the record was a 50% win-loss ratio, he finished the season with a 14-5 record. Really? Oh, okay, yeah. It must have been like everything all together. Because there's no way that... Huh? Maybe this is challengers? Because I'm confused. He didn't play last split complete. This split was only 14 games. He lost 3. Oh, okay. So the whole split, not the regular season. Okay, this makes more sense. But then he would have more than 4. Yeah, okay. This makes sense. While he's more bold than some team than some teammates. He has grown his audience by showing his personality. As someone who has been watching competitive LoL for over a decade, it's nice to see him leading the charge to show that the players are more than just their win records on stage. He's the guy who makes you laugh and raises morale. Even though others consider him cocky, his attitude is not misplaced as he worked very hard to get to where he is. They won the split championship in his first split on the starting roster. I actually don't know that this is true, that he's the person that raises morale. From what I've seen behind the scenes, he's like the person that people need to raise his morale because he tilts, but maybe I haven't watched everything, so I could be wrong. I just followed you. Thank you for the follow. I don't have Stream Elements or Streamlabs or any of that like turned on. Haven't really gotten that advanced to figuring out how to make that happen, but I appreciate the follow. Thank you. Admittedly, I didn't watch a lot of their tier 2 competitive LoL, so he wasn't on my radar until last year when he made his debut on the main stage. His dedication and loyalty to Team Liquid have not gone unnoticed when they had a rocky 2023 regular season. I have an idea for your channel. I hope you're going to love it and trendier nowadays among streamers. If you don't mind, can I share it with you? Sure, but I pretty much know what I want to do with the channel. I'm not really interested in growing Twitch at all, but you can share it. If possible, connect with me on Discord or IG so I can share with you ideas. I'd rather not. You can share it here. If not, that's completely fine. I'll admit that I was sad TL had to beat my heart team, Golden Guardians, out of the weekend in Newark, so I had a biased opinion against them. However, watching them face against NRG, an impressive close 5-game series, increased my heart rate to the point where my Apple Watch was concerned for my well-being. What? Really? That's funny. After Team Liquid's impressive playoff run of 2024, they won the Spring Championship. Can we get a link to Syix? Oh, to this, sure, to this article? Is that what you mean? How does one send? There we go. That should work. Hey, playthrough. Yeah, where we won the split and defied expectations with MSI performance. Sean... Wait, his name is Sean? Isn't his name Song? Okay, Sean Yeon Song further cemented my suspicion that he would be a player to match. Oh, so you're bringing Yeon and APA together? He's impressed me with the years, the consistency and ability to grow, and that kind of energy I want my team to have. We round out the superstar roster with Alan Busio Qualina. While his results last year don't show the best of his potential, this past year he has blossomed in his own in spring, helping secure first place in the regular season and then second place in playoffs. As one of the younger players in the league, it's easy to count him out because he does not have as much experience as some of the other veteran support players such as Jo Korjeje Jongin. However, he earned Amelia Grace to this mine Discord. He earned a spot in the LCS first All-Pro team with his drive to improve and his large champion pool, even though his playoff run with FlyQuest didn't go exactly how he wanted it. Really? With time, I firmly believe his nerves will settle and he will become one of the best homegrown supports in the league. I think so too. I think Busio is where it's at. Hey man, thanks for the link. No problem. Yeah, give it a read if you enjoyed it. You know, tweet at K9Cat or whatever it is that the Facebook, I guess. I didn't even know she had a Facebook, but yeah, it's cool seeing these written articles. With the final decision, superstar funding, no coach. Okay, so she didn't talk about the coach. Apart from their personalities meshed together nicely, skills would be unmatched, even though they are on imports from countries that dominate at international tournaments. They're strong players in their positions, and together I think they would be unstoppable. It took me days to think about this roster, but they would be a force to be reckoned with. Perhaps one day I'll be given the opportunity to make my dream a reality. Okay, so the roster basically is APA. Let's just do it here. I think this is... Oh, I got a message. Let me check real quick. Oh, okay. Does the link work? Playthrough? I hope it did. Yeah, what I wanted to do was her roster, K9Cat roster, was top lane was Licorice, Contract, APA, Eon, Busio. Mine would be probably Licorice as well. Licorice. Again, she's trying to stick with like NA players, so I'll stick with NA players as well. Contracts. Here's the thing: we have Blabber, but I actually want JoJo, so that's why I'm going here. Otherwise, I would have went Blabber. Like if I were her, I would have chosen Blabber over APA. Sorry, Blabber to go with APA because I feel like APA is very good at enabling, whereas JoJo really wants to play for himself. And I think Contracts plays the Ivern. He plays the Sejuani. I mean, so does Blabber. But if you have Blabber, I think you want him to feast. AD carry is a tough one. AD carry is a tough one indeed, because you have Yon, you have Meech, you have Masu. Tomo, I guess, is there as well. Honestly, I'd probably go Masu. And then for support, how many NA supports are playing right now? Busio, Vulcan, Cord isn't NA, Huhi isn't NA, Isles is NA, Zazel is NA. That's all the NA supports, right? Ayla, I think I mentioned already. I think I go Vulcan, even though I know Busio eventually will be. The thing is, I don't. Okay, where's the shot calling going to come from this team? Contracts early game, right? Because he's the early game shot caller for. And then maybe JoJo and. Yeah, the thing is, you don't have like a Sven who can like lead the game and push the game forward. If I could throw an Inspired here. That's what I would do. Actually, no. Okay. Now, non-NA. If we're just doing a non-NA roster, I would do Impact, Inspired, JoJo, Masu, Vulcan. This is basically Masu instead of Danny. This is the roster I would have. Maybe Yon for now, but Busio, honestly, maybe in 2 years I'd put Busio, but right now I would put Vulcan. Oh wait, I forgot. I said non-NA as well. And even this, by the way, this is all NA. Like, there are no imports on this roster. That's what's crazy. There's not a single import here. Impact, Inspired, JoJo, Masu, Core JJ. I guess I could throw B-Voy, but I would take Masu over B-Voy, to be honest. For the future. But if we're doing just the here now, maybe Masu. Sorry, here now, maybe B. I think Masu, both ways. Yeah, so I think we just have the same top and jungle. All right, I think I talked about everything that I want to talk about, and I what's the word? I ranted about all the stuff that I wanted to rant about. Yeah, I'm excited to show off some cool trailers that hopefully might come out tomorrow if I can finish it today. Showing off Peyz, and I'm excited for it. Hopefully you guys will enjoy as well. I will see you guys later.